Can I have your $1,000 worth of manga collection? My dad's coworker just called me. I don't know him. My dad just gave him my number. Come on now, Dad, don't do that. Asked me if he could have my $1,000 worth of manga in Japanese collection to be laid around in his house so maybe it can motivate his rebellious daughter to learn Japanese. I said no. He said, it's just a book. What's the big deal? I said he could buy it from me for half a price or buy from the bookstore. He said, no, I don't want to spend my money. It's too expensive. I want you to give it to me. At this point, I just hung up. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, do you know how much it's worth? Clearly you don't. It'll always blow my mind when people are brave enough to be like, yeah, just give it to me. You know, I mean, just give it. If only there was some social mechanism to obtain books for free, even if only for a short period of time, and then return them. That's the problem. He didn't want to return them. Let me make this clear to everyone. We do not want to go to an animal shelter. We are just looking for someone that have a litter of cats that my mom wants to see so she can pick one out, and it has to be a male cat that is 8 weeks old. No shelter. My mom does not want to go to a shelter. Sounds like your mom needs to stop being a choosy beggar. Suck it up and go to the shelter and find a kitten she connects with. All right, this person's asking for a $5,000 bike for free. Could I have this, please? I'm poor and can't afford it. Can you suck dick? Hell yeah. What do you look like? Okay, go suck a bunch of dicks for money. Then bring that money to buy this motorcycle. You're gonna need $5,000. No, just give me the bike or you'll die the end of tonight. Watch and see. Go forth and consume a satchel of Richards. Go get my money. It's amazing how fast people will decide to commit a crime when they don't get what they want, like a child. Like, okay, cool, I'm gonna report you now. Or he could, I don't know, take it to the police, see what they think. That is a threat. Pay me $300 a month to be a live-in caretaker for my special needs son. Looking for a young adult, 18 to 30, to assist with special needs son in AM for his 7:05 AM bus pickup and the 4 PM 4:35, sometimes bus drop-off. Would need to G-tube feed him both times and make 5 sausage and then 1 bag of snack after school. I really wish to go back to work and truly need a friend and assistance. I would ask for $50 or $75 a week for bills. Food will be your responsibility. I had stomach sleeve surgery 1 year ago, and my diet and my son's is way different from yours, possibly. I have 5-bedroom home, so room would be private with shared second bathroom. Only on weekends when my other 2 sons come over, there are 12 and 10, but very responsible and respectful. Looking for someone yesterday. Please inquire via email. When rando influencers ask me for free merch, I always propose my offer. They can buy what they want and I'll give them a coupon code for them to post. If the code is used at least 10 times in 30 days, I will refund their entire purchase plus shipping. No one ever takes me up on it. I was almost the choosing beggar this weekend. My parents are pretty well off in retirement. They own their main house where I grew up and a vacation house on the seacoast where they spend their summers. They've lived pretty frugal lives and my dad worked 2 jobs so they could always provide for my sisters and I growing up. Money seems to be no object to them, especially when it comes to their grandkids. I was up visiting with my friends this weekend and just chatting with my mom about how expensive rent, utilities, groceries are, etc. And no matter how many hours a week I work, I'm constantly working 55 plus hour weeks at $26 an hour plus overtime. I can't seem to get ahead. Without me asking her anything, she took out her checkbook and wrote me a check for $200 to help me out a bit. My first initial reaction in my head was, that'll barely help with groceries this week. I didn't say it out loud or anything, but definitely felt for a second that if she was going to give me money, it should be at least $1,000. I thought better of myself and gracefully accepted the help because even small help is better than no help. I felt terrible for even thinking that, and I'm lucky that I have parents that are able to even give me something. My grandparents once called their children home, some living in other cities. They announced that they had decided to give them each a monetary gift and handed them each an envelope with $500. My uncle had to take the weekend off from work to travel there, costing him much more than $500. Sometimes people think they're helping much more than they are. Just smile and say thank you. Unsure how to feel about this hand-addressed letter we got at work. Hi, my name is blank, something-year-old who is 6 feet tall, blank, and a veteran of the United States Army. I work 2 jobs, take care of my 2 sons, which one has autism, and my dad who has stage 3 lung cancer. I volunteer with the Women Army Corps. Yes, I give back to the people who don't have much. My oldest son went into the Air Force this year, after he graduated, so I am a proud parent here. I made sure I did the best I could being a single parent. Wish I had a better paying job, but not complaining complaining because it could be worse. I'm writing to see if you could please send me cool things from your establishment. Please don't think I am begging. I just know I probably won't get the chance to travel with all the things going on in my life. Not rich or famous or nothing, just an ordinary vet trying to make it out here in the world. Thank you for taking the time and reading this. Women Army Corps is not a thing. There was once the Women's Army Corps, or WACs. Two of my great aunts were WACs, but that was dissolved in the 1970s when women were fully assimilated into all military branches. The person seems to be trying to tug at all the heartstrings. Veteran, parent of an active duty child with a disability, relative with cancer, single parent working 2 jobs, seems a bit over the top. But they're 6 feet tall! Send them some for God's sake. Billionaire will work for exposure. Rihanna got paid $0 to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show by the NFL, but did it for exposure for her brand. Over 28.5 million people watched her Super Bowl halftime show. Think about this the next time you think you are too big to work for exposure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she paid money to perform at the Super Bowl. Most big artists do, because they can promote their stuff, but it doesn't mean they're doing it for free. They are working at a loss. Bruh, get me 28.5 million people's worth and we'll talk. Plus, I am pretty sure some brands will give her a fee for using their stuff in front of them, so not exactly just exposure. You're correct. Rihanna has such a high profile that she generates publicity by breathing. Brands will pay spokespersons in that circumstance. Questions about a car. This was a few years ago. I bought a new car, new to me, but 1 year old. I was still attached to my old car that I had for 10 years. It just couldn't make the longer round trips to my new job. I kept it to give to my cousin when she started driving, but she didn't want it, so it sat on her driveway for about 2 years. I found out that an old coworker had lost her car and was a single mom taking the bus with her 3 kids, so I offer her the car, no charge. I had to get a new title arranged and everything. Man, the requests, like, can you bring it to me? Do you have paperwork detailing the history of repairs? Can you see if there's a warranty on the muffler? I had to be like, it's as is. She had someone jump the car and then bought a new battery, and then the car ran without issue. I am a little annoyed that she eventually sold it, but it is what it is. I tried. You know, I just offered up for free our living room sofa. The lady I picked was the same pain in the ass. Long story short, she didn't tell me she would be sending a random head who owned a truck to come get it. He didn't know her name or the address and was rude the second he opened his mouth. I messed with them for 2 days before it worked out. I guess appreciation isn't taught these days. Pro tip I've read here, don't offer things for free as it attracts the crazy. Put a small price and then give it away for free. Yep, ask $10 for it, or like 70 to 90% less than the market rate for it as is. Watch how it disappears faster too. Choosing Beggar wants somebody to watch their toddler for $3.33 an hour. Hey, so you know anyone wanting to babysit? I need a sitter starting next week. It's 4 days a week, 8 a.m., 3:30 p.m. And how much are you able to pay? Is it for Sawyer? Yes, $25 a day, that's $100 a week. It's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Anyone willing to watch their children for $3.33 an hour is probably not someone you want watching your children. Interested in gaining good karma from providing 150 edible treats for basically free? Let her know. As you know, I love my job. My year group are year 11 and are working their socks off and staying behind for an hour after school to cram in more learning and revision. They make me beam with pride. I'd love to get them a little edible treat, but I'm on a budget and I do not want to tap into their prom funds. I have lots of amazing friends in the catering business. Please get in touch if you'd be willing to help me praise my young people for their hard work and dedication. I have roughly 150 kids and I'd love to give them a little something, not only to keep them going, but also so they know how much I appreciate them. Message me if you're interested in gaining business and good karma. Invoice would be needed. It has to be a troll, right? Looking for free stuff. Bed king or queen need 2 free ones. Fire pit free. Dining table free. Outside table set big one free. You already said you're looking for free stuff. Vacuum cleaner electric with a straight long hold free. Desk free. Bedside tables free. Towels free. Toilet holder for paper roll free. TV until free. TV smart TV free. Plates free. Outside pool free. Lounge folder out bed free. Tents free. Swag free. Who knows what that is. House cleaner stuff free. Bowls free, knives free, TV wall hold free, electric scooter free, freeze big one free. Dude, you are asking for people to furnish your house for free. Like, it's okay to ask for like 1 or 2 things, like, hey man, you know, I'm struggling. Does anyone have one of these things? They wouldn't mind let me borrow or something. But no, you're like, hey, does anyone have like everything someone has at a house for free that I can just have, good lord. Well, I wonder how well it worked out. In the UK, £10 is below minimum wage. Plasterboard equals drywall for those in the US, and CSCS is a construction site safety permit that costs about £100 or $120. Looking for a laborer, 10 an hour minus tax, needs to be able to graft load plasterboard without b***ing. If you're lazy, don't bother asking because you won't last 2 seconds. Must be willing to learn and understand simple instructions again. If you can't do any of these, please don't waste my time, as I am sick of messers who can't be asked or have any strength to lift boards. That aside, if you're confident you can do it, give me a message and you will need to get CSCS at some point. It amazes me if these people hire anyone talking like that, like, you must be able to follow basic instructions. Like, dude, what are you hiring, babies? Like, it seems to me like no one would want to work for you because you would talk down to them and be like, you can handle basic instructions. Like, maybe just let their work speak for themselves, huh?